Sharon. Morning. Good morning, everybody. This year's theme is 2020 Spiritual Vision. Our theme for November is Living as Compassionate Conduit. Today's topic is, what is God giving you? Robert A. Russell, in Putting the Prosperity Idea to Work, wrote, the most direct approach to prosperity is through the absolute. If it is true of God, it must be true in manifestation. God is all in all. God is both desire and fulfillment, prayer and its answer, idea and its manifestation. And David Spangler, in the Laws of Manifestation, wrote, we are not training you in manifestation. We are training you to recognize manifestation. There is quite a difference. We are not training you to be able to produce things. We are training you to recognize the eternal process of production that is all about you, so that you can do it, because you are it. Let's affirm with gratefulness together. I am so grateful that I am fully supported by God. And now, the beloved Reverend Kathleen.
Thank you, Kelly. Those are two very inspiring quotes that give us a whole different perspective on this thing called manifestation. So it is my intention today to get really clear on what is required to align with the abundant flow of the universe. So what is God giving to you, and what is God giving to me? Well, it's nothing less than the entire field of all possibility and all potentiality, which is the mind of God. We literally live, move, and have our being in it, and we are of it. We are it, individualized. It is so important to get that concept of unity and oneness. We talk about it all the time, but my encouragement today is that you consciously own it with me as we move through this message today. We also are given universal law, and it's not just some of the law. It's the all-powerful, all-creative, universal law of mind that is the servant to the spirit. This is what Ernest Holmes teaches us, and this is what I found to be true. It takes the impress of our thought. We're like surrounded by it. We're filled with it. It takes the impress of our thought, our intention, our attention, our word, all that, where we're focused, takes it and brings it into manifestation. And again, that's another concept that I'm inviting all of you to own, to truly own it, to embody it. So all of this may sound like it's too good to be true. I mean, I hear you. You look around and you see maybe how things are happening for yourself and other people. But truly the liberation, the spiritual liberation of humanity depends on these concepts of unity with the all potentiality and all possibility of the universal mind, unity with this all powerful creative law. So ownership. That's what I'm inviting us all to do. So our quality of life then depends on it, the quality of life of our own individual lives and of our planet and of all humanity and all of the animals and plants and everything that reside on this planet. So what am I asking you to own? I'm asking you to own your divine nature. And it involves these three principles that I'm going to be going into today. So the first is owning that if it's true about God, it's true about me. Owning that expressing our truth is the direct route to prosperity. expressing our truth. So owning our truth and also expressing our truth. That's using the universal power through our thoughts and our minds and our beliefs. The final one is owning that the universe is fully supporting you in all ways. Always. Always. Not just some of the time, always. So, first point, let us take ownership that if it's true about God, it's true about me. So just say that with me. If it's true about God, it's true about me. Michelle?
If it's true about God, it's true about me.
There we go. That's our first thing to own. So again, if God is infinite supply and all possibility, we are that. If God is creator, we are centers of divine creative activity. We are full participators in creation. Do we want to do it unconsciously by just repeating our patterns of the past, or do we want to do it consciously? Yeah, consciously, of course. So how about things in the manifest world? So I brought something here today for you. I brought roses, and I brought a very large denominational bill. Money, roses and money. So of course, I'm going to ask you which one is more spiritual. So think about it, money or roses? Which one's more spiritual? Well, if you get the concept of oneness, you understand that yes, one may have a higher frequency than the other. We do understand there's levels of consciousness. But the truth is, it's all spirit, it's all God. So nothing is more spiritual ultimately than anything else. Everything is made, everything is an idea, and ideas made manifest. Down. Everything's made out of the one substance. There's only one substance from which everything in the universe is made. And that substance is the substance of God. So everything is spiritual. We live in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual law with spiritual manifestation. Again, so important to get this, to understand how the laws of prosperity work. So everything then in manifest form, this microphone, the camera there, this desk, our bodies, are ideas made manifest. Where do ideas come from? From the one universal mind. So just as the oak tree is inherent in the acorn, the manifestations in our world are inherent in the ideas. Ideas become flesh when we focus on them, when we water them with our faith and with our attention. So that includes not only our ideas, our thoughts, our words, our prayers, they're all thought seeds that have the manifestation inherent in them. So here's the punchline, and this is very important in order to receive that flow of infinite abundance that God is giving us, has already given us in truth. When you think of yourself as spiritual and something like money as non-spiritual, what are you doing? Remember, words become flesh. You're separating yourself from money. However, when you realize that money is a spiritual idea made manifest, then you are unifying. You're allowing the universe to give you that flow of money that is yours. So money is easily expressed when we understand what it is in truth, a manifestation of a spiritual idea. Think about why money was created to begin with. It's a form of exchange. We can think of it as a form of exchange of love. And you know, we talk about money is in circulation. We want to have it circulate through our lives, not hold on to it and grip onto it, but continue that flow and that circulation. That's why it's so perfect that Marianne is starting this 29 gifts in 29 days because it's a great opportunity to understand the law of giving and receiving and how that expands your good. So the second principle that I am encouraging you to own, let's take full ownership of the truth that expressing our truth is the direct route to prosperity. I guess this would be a good time to talk about the 29 gifts. Expressing our truth. So it's not only in our actions, though, it's in our words. And because we are centers of divine operation, again, our words become flesh. So it's important that we become great observers of what flows through our minds and out of our mouths and in our actions. Are we in alignment with the truth of prosperity and abundance, which is the truth about God? Are we out of alignment with it? Well, the beautiful thing about observation, self-observation, is we can, when we notice ourselves getting off track, we can step right back into the flow by correcting our thoughts. So that means things like, I can't, we can shift into, I can. Things like, I'm not enough, to realizing that God is enough, and I am one with God. I am of God, therefore I am enough. Or shifting from I don't have enough to I have enough because I have the all possibility and all potentiality of the universe. Remember, those are in the form of ideas. And to catch those ideas, it's important to keep reminding ourselves of that truth and taking time in meditation and focusing our prayers and our words on that truth. So the only way that we limit the abundant flow, my friends, is by limited thinking, limited beliefs. And those can be changed by choice. What the mind has created, the human mind has created in terms of limitation, can be uncreated by focusing on spiritual truth. So there are actually two ways to strengthen our faith in our divine nature and our faith in the power of our words. And the basic level is actually what's called the 3 Ps. The first one is princes or princesses, wanting to manifest princes or princesses. That means the right relationship, correct? Palaces, that means homes, possessions, things like that. And the last one is parking spaces, the 3 Ps. So this is actually a very important step. When we learn how to master this first step, then we are able to move on to the next step. So the first step is really about, it's like a video game where you continue to practice your skills over and over again until you master a certain level and you move on to the next level. Well, we do that through prayer, through affirmations, through visualizing, until we master the laws of manifestation. And then we're ready to move on to the next level. This is the advanced level. That's the basic level. This is the advanced level. The advanced level is we move beyond getting, thinking something is outside of us that we have to get, to expressing our truth, which means sharing our light from within outward. And it means with a focus on being in service to the planet. Being in service to the planet. So it's a shift from getting to giving, right? And it's participating in the law of giving and receiving, but we're seeing it from a different level. It doesn't mean that we just give and burn ourselves out, but it's an understanding that there is this beautiful continuous flow that if we allow it, we continue to get a flow of ideas, and the ideas become manifest, and we can become a witness of this amazing creative process flowing in us, through us, and as us. We are literally becoming shining lights like the sun. So I'd like to offer this meditation. It's actually modified a bit from one by David Spangler. that will help you with this shift from getting, manifesting into that place of being a beneficial presence. So if you close your eyes, I'd like you to lead you in that now. And take a breath. Relax as you exhale slowly, closing your eyes, just going deeper, dropping into your hearts and all the way down into your bellies. Just bringing your full attention completely into the body temple. And let's use our imaginations. Let's imagine. Let's imagine yourself inside a dark house in a bathing suit. And it's chilly. It's cold and chilly in this house. And so you suddenly get the idea, an intention, to step outside because you know it's warm. And of course today we know it's going to be really warm, so we can imagine this today. We step outside in our bathing suit. We see the lounge chair, and we sit in the lounge chair and begin to bask in the sun and to receive the beneficial rays of the sun, the warmth of the sun, the light of the sun. And then we notice that the trees around us are doing the same. They have their branches spread out and they're receiving the sun. They're basking in the sun. So just imagine that. And then I'm inviting you to go to the next level. To imagine yourself merging with the sun, becoming the sun, and radiating your light, your creativity to the solar panels that convert themselves into energy, and raining down this light on the people who are absorbing the sun. And nurturing all of the trees and the grass and the animals all over the planet. So you've just made this beautiful shift from sunbather to being the sun. And now I'd like you to bring your attention back into this time-space reality. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes. So there we have it. The basic level of manifestation is about intending the warmth, taking action to step into the light, and accepting the rays of the sun. And it's an important step. And the advanced level then is to think of ourselves as the sun, the creativity of the sun that nurtures and benefits everything around it. So this advanced level is spoken to very beautifully by Wallace Wattles. Many of you know of his book, The Science of Getting Rich. Well, he has another book called Financial Success. And he said that in order, well, anyway, he's talking about this idea of creative contributors. It's like being the sun. He said, people must be taught to become prosperous by creation, not by competition. By creation, not by competition. He said everybody who becomes prosperous by competition throws down behind them a ladder by which they rise that keeps others down. But every person who prospers by creation opens a way for thousands to follow them and inspires them to do so. In other words, radiates like the sun, allowing the flow of prosperity to move through them, and particularly when they share their ideas like Wallace Wattles did. So we as a country are in a very powerful place right now of making this shift from competition to collaboration, creation, which collaboration and cooperation are part of. Co-creation. I love it. Think about it. The way to be living conduits of compassion, living conduits of creation, is truly co-creation. And that's why I continue to go back over and over again to our overall mission as a community is to be the presence of love, co-creating heaven on earth, a world that works not just for some, but for all. That takes collaboration. That takes co-creation. It means letting go of the old paradigm of competition. So the final principle that I'm inviting you to own in order to fully step into your divine nature is this. Nothing is against you. In truth, life, which is another name for God, which is another name for source of all that is 100% for you in all ways, always, always. So I have a story to share with you. It's a story about a policeman who was heading home after a very long, challenging day, challenged with a succession of difficult people, a mountain of frustrating paperwork, and all he wanted to do was to get home, kick back, have a nice meal, and enjoy a ball game. So as he neared home, he was startled when a vehicle came careening toward him, barely missing him, was just like around a corner, barely missing him, and yelled out, "Pig!" Well, that ignited whatever was residual there, his fury. He was so angry, he slammed on his brakes, and just as he went around the corner, he took a look and he went, "Oh my gosh." There in the middle of the road was a large pig. How often do you make assumptions that the universe or someone is against you when in truth they are for you? I know I've done that myself, and it's a really important lesson to always assume the best, always assume the best. And that's such a great reminder. That story is a great reminder of this truth. So it's important then to own. How different would your life be if you truly owned that life is for you and not against you? Life is for you. It's not against you. That is a really important principle to own, to stand in our divine nature and to be open to the flow of the all good that has already been given to us. So, in conclusion, what is God giving you? I trust that you know the answer. All possibility, all potentiality, all abundance, in the form of ideas, that are made manifest. So we need to move beyond those ideas, those thoughts of limitation, and cut out the I can't, or I'm not enough, or I'm worthless, or I don't deserve. All of that nonsense, self-induced nonsense, that's the true meaning of sin. When we miss the mark and we believe in this nonsense, it's time to let go of all that and change our I can't into I can. Or why is this happening to me to how can I serve? How can I serve? And to let ourselves fully and completely own then the spiritual truth of who we are. To show up as the presence of God, to be that shining light, to be the co-creator of this vast and amazing manifestation of God on this planet. And so I'm knowing that we do have a very bright future. And it's really important that we align with that truth and that we end the divisiveness in this country and truly come together as one human family, co-creating heaven on earth, a world that works for all. I love you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.